Good evening, everyone, from the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. Tonight it will be boys basketball as Grand Rapids will be taking on Bemidji. As you can see, we've got a couple of the guys cleaning the floor here. The guy over on the right in the tan sweater, if we can get a shot of him, that's John Ingersoll, who's a German instructor up here. I guess he's moonlighting a little bit tonight. He's giving the custodian a hand here up at the senior high. The other custodian there is Marv Heidela, getting ready for tonight's game. In the B squad action tonight, Bemidji defeated Grand Rapids by a score of 58-44. Pretty good crowd on hand for tonight's basketball game. Grand Rapids coming into the game tonight, 3 wins and no defeats. Bemidji has only played 1 game so far, and they won that one by a score of 67-65 over Crookston last week. So Bemidji with not as many games being played so far as Grand Rapids. The Indians playing very well. 3-0 coming in to tonight's game here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. As you can hear in the background, we have the Grand Rapids High School band under the direction of Joe Silko with us here tonight, and also the pom-pom girls on both ends and on the side of the floor here, adding a little more to the festive activities here of high school sports. As we mentioned, Grand Rapids 3-0. The Indians have victories over Hill Murray by a score of 66-62. That game last Saturday afternoon right here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. On Tuesday, December 8th, they defeated Virginia by a score of 64-61 at home here. And last Tuesday, they traveled over to Hoyt Lake, Royal Hoyt Lake, and defeated Mesabi East by a score of 77-56. As you see, both teams are now coming back out onto the floor here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. My name is Tom Skadeen. With me again tonight, our technician, our Lee Fromm, and Rick Moore. Remember, Grand Rapids will be hosting a holiday basketball tournament right after the Christmas holidays here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym on the 28th, 29th, and 30th. On the 28th, Grand Rapids will be taking on Spring Lake Park. On the 29th, they'll be playing Malacca. And on the 30th, Grand Rapids will be taking on Hinkley Henderson right here in Grand Rapids. So if you're looking for something to watch right after Christmas holidays, you can come up here to the high school gym. Bemidji will have a height advantage in tonight's game. They're going to be starting a couple players that are 6'6" and 6'4", so they're going to have a little height advantage on the front line. While we have a minute talking about Grand Rapids so far, Mark Engesser has been the leading scorer on the season so far for Grand Rapids. He had 27 points against Hill Murray. He had 10 against Virginia, and he had 37 on Tuesday night against Mesabi East. In that 37 points, Engesser hit 8 3-pointers, so 24 of the 37 points from three-point land for Mark Engesser. We'll see if he can do that again tonight here against Bemidji. Other players so far that have scored in double figures for Grand Rapids. Against Hill Murray, Aaron Osborne has 13. Against Virginia, Darren Cook had a big night with 26. Corey Engstrom had 12 in that game. As we mentioned, Engesser had 10. And against Mesabi East, no one else hit in double figures that night, as Engesser ended up with 37, so they kept going through the hot hand. We're going to be getting the starting lineup here now. And again, we're talking about the dance line. Starting lineup for Bemidji. First of all, out of center, Jason Caron, a 6'5" senior. For Grand Rapids, Tom Godfrey, a 5'10" senior. For Bemidji, number 20, Tony Newby, a 6'2" senior. This is Mark Engesser coming out for Grand Rapids, the Indians' leading scorer. Engesser, a 6'1 senior. For Bemidji, number 40, Jack Hurd, a 6'1 senior. For Grand Rapids, that's Aaron Osborne. Osborne, a 5'11 senior. For Bemidji, number 42, Jamie Coster, a 6'6 senior. For Grand Rapids, Darren Cook, Corey Engstrom, a 6'5 junior. And here's Darren Cook, a 6'2 senior for Grand Rapids. The last player that was introduced for Bemidji was number 50, Ray Mostad. Mostad is a 6'3 junior. So, as you see, Bemidji will have a height advantage here in this evening's game. We'll now be having our national anthem played by the Grand Rapids Senior High Band. And as you can see, we didn't have the band play the national anthem tonight. We had some young gentlemen from Grand Rapids High School here singing our national anthem. Ready to roll for tonight's game. Grand Rapids finished with a record of 15 wins, 8 losses. Bemidji was 10 and 11. We're ready to go. Bemidji right underneath immediately in a basket for Jason Karen. Karen scoring off the tip. Darren Cook will pick up the foul. Excuse me, Engstrom picking up the foul, 41 instead of 51. So out the free throw line will be Jason Karen. Karen cans the free throw. Bemidji with a quick 3-0 lead here right off the bat. Rapids with the basketball. Osborne in the backcourt. Aaron Osborne, left side, gives it off to Engesser. Engesser near the free throw line. On the left now to Darren Cook. Back to Godfrey. Godfrey puts it up from about 18. No good. On the rebound for Rapids was Osborne, but the ball went off from his leg and went out of bounds. So Bemidji gets the ball back. The Lumberjacks with a 3-point lead. With the basketball is Tony Newby. Newby out in three-point land, drops it back to the free throw line to Jack Hurd. Hurd left side to Tony Newby. Newby, free throw line, puts up a jumper. Off the rim, no good. Bemidji clearing the boards here, but losing control of the rebound. Will have a jump ball situation, and it will be Grand Rapids ball on the alternating possession. So the Indians battling on the boards here right off. As we said, Bemidji will have a height advantage, as they've got Coster at 6'6", and Karen 6'5", so they've got a couple tall guys underneath. Rapids with the basketball. Osborne right side. Back to Engesser. Engesser moves to the baseline, dribbles the ball back out on the top of the key to Darren Cook. Cook off to Godfrey. Now to Engesser. Engesser puts up a three-pointer air ball. Almost went out of bounds. Bemidji controls the rebound. With the basketball now is Tony Newby. Newby at half court. In the corner with it as a bounce pass went off from the leg of a Rapids player. Bounce pass from Ray Mosted went off from a Rapids player. And Bemidji will retain possession. With the basketball is Jack Hurd on the inbound. Gets it off here to Tony Newby. Newby back to the free throw line area. Now out in three-point land to Ray Mosted. Mosted with a bounce pass back to Newby. Newby being defended there by Osborne. Jump shot from about 15 off the rim, no good. Rapids gets the rebound, but he had his foot on the baseline. That was Darren Cook. So Bemidji will get the basketball back. They have a 3-0 lead. 6:23 to go, first quarter of play. Bemidji and Rapids basketball. Three-pointer, no good off the rim, put up. And on the rebound, Karen scoring. The shot was put up by Mostad. Karen scores on the rebound. He has all 5 points. And stealing the basketball is Jack Hurd. Hurd has the ball knocked away from him and tries to save it from going out of bounds. He does so, but Rapids grabs a hold of the basketball, and we've got a collision here. Two Rapids players ran into each other. Referee blew the whistle, thinking one of them may be injured, but that did not turn out to be the case. Rapids gets the basketball back. Here's Osborne, Aaron Osborne. Driving right in, Osborne puts up the two, and it rolls in and goes for him. First points of the basketball game here for Aaron Osborne. Makes it 5-2. Bemidji leading Grand Rapids. We've got a traveling call here on Jack Hurd of Bemidji. Hurd made a move towards the baseline and did not dribble the basketball quite quick enough for the referee, and Rapids gets the ball back. Aaron Osborne across the half-court marker, tries to get it underneath, trying to hit number 41, Corey Engstrom, with the basketball on the bounce pass. An errant pass, it goes out of bounds, and Bemidji will get the ball back. Inbounding it is Jamie Coster. Gets it in now to Tony Newby. Top of the key, now driving the lane, and handling the basketball right on the out-of-bounds line was Jason Karen. So Rapids gets the ball back. Aaron Osborne at the free throw line. Takes a look, drops it back, putting it up and scoring is Darren Cook. Cook scoring makes it 5-4. Bemidji leading. Tony Newby with the basketball. Right side now to Ray Mostad. It's stolen away. Coming the other way for Grand Rapids. Putting it up and missing is Darren Cook. The ball goes out of bounds, and Grand Rapids will get it back as it went off of a Bemidji player. Well, Darren Cook headed for the hoop, but the ball rolled out, went off of a Bemidji player and went out of bounds. Here's Engesser, puts it up from just inside the free throw line, rolls around, no good. We've got an over-the-back call on Grand Rapids as Darren Cook over the back of Jamie Coster. That'll be the first personal here on Darren Cook. Substitution for Bemidji, Jake Hancock into the game. They don't lose any height advantage here. He's also 6'6" for the Lumberjacks. Newby tries to get it inside. The ball is knocked away for Grand Rapids. And Godfrey throws it down the other way to Engesser. Engesser down deep in the corner. In three-point land, tries to get it underneath. Here's a turnaround shot, and scoring is Corey Engstrom. A nice move by Corey Engstrom as he fakes towards the baseline, headed for the hoop and puts it in. And Grand Rapids has a 1-point lead at 6-5. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go first quarter. Bemidji puts the ball up. It's knocked away. On the rebound, a foul is called as Jamie Coster tried to put it in for Bemidji. He's fouled from behind. Looks like it's going to be on Aaron Osborne. First personal foul on Osborne. At the free throw line is Jamie Coster, a 6'6" senior center. No scoring in the game so far for Coster. Right-handed shooter, puts it up, no good. Substitution for Bemidji. Ulrich coming in for Bemidji. Second free throw is forthcoming. This one's good. So Coster makes the second of the two free throws, ties it at 6-6. Up the court for Grand Rapids is Osborne. The ball knocked away from him by Bemidji. Coming up with it for the Lumberjacks is Ray Mostad. Mostad drops it off for guard Tony Newby. Newby dribbling around here. The ball is stolen away by Aaron Osborne. Osborne up the left side, puts it up. It's rejected, but we've got a foul called here on Tony Newby. Newby got him with the body. Slapped the ball away okay, but then got him with the body on the way down. At the free throw line for the Indians will be Aaron Osborne. Osborne, a 5'11 senior. 2 shots. First one rolls off, no good. Osborne trying to unknot the score here. This one's also no good. Clearing the board, and Rapids steals the rebound. Putting it up for the Indians and scoring is Corey Engstrom. Cook stole the rebound away from a Bemidji player, passed it to Engstrom. Engstrom scores, and the Indians have a 2-point lead here at 8-6. 3:39 to go, first quarter. Driving the baseline. Ball up and no good here for Ray Mostad. Goes out of bounds, and luckily for Grand Rapids, the ball went off a Bemidji player on its way out. Substitution for the Indians. Now coming in, number 23, Aaron Gorath, and number 43, Dave Rysdam. Inbounding it for the Indians will be Darren Cook. Gets it off to Mark Engesser. Engesser deep in the corner to Rysdam. Tried to get it off underneath there to Gorath, but the ball stolen away, and just about a stuff there by Newby. Not quite, but he had his hand above the rim. So it's 8-8 now as the steal by Newby ties it up. Ball is knocked away again, but Rapids gets it back. And the ball goes out of bounds. Rapids will get the ball back. Inbounding it will be Dave Rysdam, a 6-foot senior, just into the lineup for the Indians. Gets it off to Aaron Gorath. Now to Mark Engesser. Engesser out top of the key. Over to Rysdam on the left side. Back to the top of the key now for Darren Cook. Cook to Engesser, right side. Engesser puts it up just inside three-point line, and he scores. That'll be a 2-pointer just inside the three-point line. The Indians lead at 10-8. 2.5 minutes to go, first quarter of play. Bemidji and Grand Rapids from the senior high gym. Driving, putting it up and scoring is Paul Ulrich for Bemidji. Tying it again at 10. Rysdam drops it off here for Engesser. Engesser out deep. Rysdam now left side. Looking inside for somebody to pass it to. Now to Gorath. Deep in three-point land. For the Indians now, Engstrom gets it off to Rysdam, and Rysdam's foul. I think it's going to be Ray Mostad picking up the foul here. Yes, it will. That'll be the first personal on Ray Mostad. Now in the game for Bemidji, a 6'4" freshman, John Solheim. They're really growing him tall up there in Bemidji the last couple of years. Inbounds for Grand Rapids. Putting it up and scoring is Corey Engstrom. 6 points in the game now for Engstrom. The Indians lead at 12-10. Just under 2 minutes to go, first quarter. With it for Bemidji is Solheim. Back in three-point area to Ray Mostad. Back to Jake Hancock. Now deep on the right side to Solheim. Mark Stinson now in the ball game, the smallest man on the floor, wearing number 12. There's a traveling violation on Bemidji on number 44, Paul Ulrich. The Rapids will get the ball back. As we said, Mark Stinson now in the game for Bemidji, a 5'8" junior. He's wearing number 12. Smallest player out on the floor at the time. With the basketball for the Indians, Mark Engesser. Free throw line off the hand of Darren Cook. Here comes Bemidji the other way. We've got a foul. The foul came before the shot was taken. That foul will be on Darren Cook. So Darren Cook picks up his second personal foul here. It was before the shot, so there will not be a shooting foul here. Inbounding it for Bemidji, Paul Ulrich. Ball is stolen away for Grand Rapids. Gorath stole it, gets it off to Engesser. Engesser down left side, back over in the corner, dribbles it between his legs, behind his back to the free throw line now to Darren Cook. Cook drives the lane, left-handed shot, no good, off the glass. On the rebound for Bemidji is John Solheim. They throw a long pass down court, trying to hit Ray Mostad, and it goes out of bounds. So Rapids gets it back on the errant pass for Bemidji. Starter returning for Bemidji, that's Jason Karen. Rapids with the basketball. as Dave Rysdam, dribbling around out in the top of the key area, tried to hit Corey Engstrom with the pass, couldn't do so. The ball went out of bounds. Inbounding it for Bemidji will be the 5'8" junior Mark Stinson. Gets it off to Jason Karen, back to Stinson. Stinson across the timeline of half court. Gets it underneath, a nice pass to Jason Karen, and Karen scores. Karen, a nifty move underneath the basket, scores on the layup. A 12-12 deadlock here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. Here's a shot from Engesser, no good. The rebound goes to Bemidji. Clearing the boards is Ray Mostad. Way down the other way to Karen. Karen keeps it inbound, drops it off, and the shot is put up and missed by Ray Mostad. Engesser with it for Grand Rapids. Rapids going to go for the last shot apparently here. Rysdam puts it up, no good. Goris with the rebound, drops it back to Engesser. Engesser scores. Down to 5 seconds to go. 14-12, Grand Rapids leads it after one quarter here from the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym over Bemidji. We'll be back with second quarter action right after these messages. Sitting back here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym, along with our technicians Lee Fromm and Rick Moore. Northland Cablevision would like to say thank you to all of the people that took part this past week in the gift for the children, along with Monavon Motors this past week. Both of them would like to say thank you for the gift that you did provide. That was the Northland Vietnam Motorcycle Vets Association that was taking up the collection last week, and they'd like to say thanks to you for the present. Got a foul right off the bat here on Jason Karen to start the second quarter of play. Rapids with a 14-12 lead. They also have the basketball. With it is Engesser. Engesser off to Hornstein. Hornstein deep on the left side to Engesser, no good. Tried the three-pointer. Ball goes out of bounds. And Bemidji will get it back. Mark Stinson will inbound. Rapids 14, Bemidji 12. We're just starting the second quarter here from the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. Glad you could join us tonight on the Camtech Video Network. With the basketball is Jason Karen. Deep in the corner now to John Solheim. Solheim deep to Tony Newby. Newby way out in three-point land. Gets underneath to Karen. Karen's foul. Foul will be on number 43, Dave Rysdam. Rysdam's first personal foul. It'll put Jason Karen at the free throw line. Karen has 7 points in the game so far for Bemidji. 3 buckets and a free throw so far for the 6'5" senior. And the free throw rolls around and goes down for him. Second free throw forthcoming. And this one is good. First one rolled around, went down. The second one was a perfect shot. And it's 14-14. Second quarter between Grand Rapids and Bemidji. Underneath for Grand Rapids and being pushed there was Aaron Osborne. Looks like it's going to be on Solheim. First personal on Solheim. Was not a shooting violation, so Rapids will get the basketball. Rysdam inbounds it. Ball is knocked away now as Osborne tried to get it back to Rysdam. Stealing it away was Mark Stinson. Stinson up on the right side to Jason Karen. Top of the key. The ball is knocked away, and a nice play there for Grand Rapids by Osborne. Osborne knocks it away. Rapids comes back with it. Here's Engesser. Engesser in the corner to Rysdam. Rysdam inside the lane. Moves it underneath. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Bemidji was the last one to touch it here as the ball went off from Karen. Substitution for Bemidji. 42, Jamie Coster, who was a starter, and now number 52 also coming in, that's Noah Karen. Here's a shot from Engesser just inside the three-point line. Two-pointer for Engesser. Engesser has 6 in the game so far. Up the court for Bemidji is Mark Stinson. Stinson right side to Tony Newby. Newby drives to baseline, looks for somebody to pass it to, gets it off underneath, and scoring is Kester. Jamie Kester, a 6'6" senior. Here's a three-pointer for Engesser for Grand Rapids. First three-pointer of the game for Engesser. 9 points now for Engesser. Baseline for Bemidji, a left-handed jumper by Jake Hancock, no good. Rapids clears the board. Up the court with it for the Indians is Osborne. Here's another three-pointer. This one from Rysdam. A couple three-pointers here, and Rapids leads at 22-16. Bemidji inside with it, putting up about a 5-footer, no good, was Jamie Kester, and we've got a foul on the rebound. And the foul is on Bemidji. It's on Jake Hancock. Pushing off on the rebound, so Rapids gets the basketball back. Aaron Osborne across the half-court marker. Right side now for Grand Rapids. Putting it up is Godfrey. That one's no good, high off the rim. Bemidji clears the boards. As with the rebound was Ray Mostad. Mostad back to Tony Newby. Left side, and a rejection here as Jack Hurd tried to take a shot, but a foul called. Looked like he got quite a bit of the basketball, but must have got a little bit of his arm also, so a foul is called here on Grand Rapids. Cook picks up his third personal foul here for Grand Rapids. At the free throw line will be Jack Hurd, a 6'1" senior for the Lumberjacks. First free throw is good. First points of the ball game for Jack Hurd. 22-17, Grand Rapids leads Bemidji. Boys basketball from the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. Here's the second free throw. This one's also good. So Hurd cuts it to a 4-point lead for Grand Rapids. Engesser with the basketball. Engesser inside the free throw line. In the corner now, drops it off, and scoring for the Indians is Osborne. Osborne drives into the lane and scores. 4 points for Aaron Osborne. Rapids 24, Bemidji 18. Tony Newby having trouble controlling the basketball. Tying him up for Grand Rapids was Aaron Gorath. And on the alternating possession, it'll be Grand Rapids basketball. Aaron Gorath will inbound for Grand Rapids. Gets it off to Aaron Osborne. The Aaron combo there in the backcourt. Engesser now on the left side to Godfrey. Godfrey back to Gorath. To Osborne. Engesser, three-pointer for Grand Rapids. Oh, in and out, no good. Clearing the boards for Bemidji is Jamie Kester. Now to Jack Hurd and to Tony Newby. Newby top of the key. Now to the left side to Jack Hurd. Underneath, here's a shot put up by Jake Hancock, and Hancock is fouled on the play. Foul will be on Corey Engstrom. Second personal foul on Corey Engstrom. Jake Hancock, a 6'6" junior, will be at the free throw line for Bemidji. Hancock, a left-handed shooter, puts the first one up off the rim, no good. Hancock has not yet scored in this basketball game. He'll get his second chance here from the free throw line. This one off the rim, no good, but Bemidji clears the board. Ball is knocked away as Grand Rapids knocks it way down the court the other way, and they're still battling for it on the floor. Rapids finally comes up with the basketball. Engesser off to Osborne. Osborne shot from about 15, no good, high off the rim. Clearing the boards is Jamie Kester for Bemidji. Drops it off to Tony Newby. Newby right side. Newby puts it up from 15. He scores. Newby with the jumper. That's his second basket of the game. 4 points for Newby. 24-20. Rapids with a 4-point lead. 3:51 to go, second quarter of play. At the free throw line, driving the lane is Tom Godfrey, and Godfrey's fouled on the play and will go to the free throw line. Tom Godfrey, a 5'10 senior, will be at the free throw line for Grand Rapids, looking for his first points of the ball game. If you joined us late, Bemidji won the B squad 58-44. Tom Godfrey, first free throw off the rim, no good. Going to fix the net down there the other way. Doing the job for Grand Rapids was Osborne. Coming into the game for Grand Rapids, Todd Hohenstein. Hohenstein, a 5'11 senior. One of Rapids' best football players this fall. Adding a little beef on the boards. Second free throw also no good here by Godfrey. On the rebound for Bemidji was Jason Karen. Now with the basketball, it's Mark Stinson. Smallest player on the floor at 5'8". Inside now Karen. Dribble, puts it up, no good, high off the rim. And we've got a foul called on the rebound. And it's going to be Bemidji over the back, number 40, Jack Hurd. Hurd called for over the back. And Grand Rapids will go down the other way here and get some free throws out of this situation. Of course, when you're in the one-on-one, as far as the free throws, you pick up a foul on the rebound, and the other team goes down to shoot the free throws. That's what's happening here as Mark Engesser's at the free throw line. First free throw rolls around and goes down. 10 points in the game so far now for Mark Engesser. Engesser, a 6'1 senior. Dribbles the basketball, puts the second one up. This one's also good. So the Indians with a 6-point lead, 26-20. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half here from the Grand Rapids Senior High gym. Underneath to Karen. Karen's fouled from behind by Gorath. And what Grand Rapids is doing here, they're trying to spread out their fouls because they do not have the depth as far as the big men underneath. So they're trying to spread the fouls out a little bit. That's the first foul on Aaron Gorath as he goes underneath on the mismatch. Free throw no good here by Jason Karen. Rapids big man Darren Cook has 3 fouls and Corey Engstrom has 2. So the Indians switching around a little bit defensively here. Second free throw is good by Jason Karen. 10 points for Karen now in the game. And Bemidji got the basketball back. With it, between the top of the key and the free throw half-court line was Simpson. Simpson passes off on the right side, and scoring was Ulrich. That's the second basket of the game for Paul Ulrich. 26-23. Putting it up and missing for Grand Rapids was Osborne. It looks like we're going to have a foul called here on the rebound. Foul is going to be on Osborne. Osborne going for the rebound, picks up the foul. And being 1-1 both ways, we head down to the other end of the court for free throws. Jason Karen already has 10 points on the game for Bemidji, and he's at the free throw line. 6'5 senior, dribbles the basketball, puts it up, it rolls around, no good. Clearing the boards is Hohenstein. Nice rebound for Todd Hohenstein. Inside the free throw line area, putting it up, missing is Godfrey. Gorath is knocked down on the rebound, and he'll be at the free throw line. Aaron Gorath knocked to the floor. That'll be Jason Karen picking up that foul. Second personal on Jason Karen. Aaron Gorath has yet to score in this basketball game. He'll have his chance here at the free throw line for Grand Rapids. Gorath, a 6'1 senior for the Indians. As you can see, we've got a pretty good crowd on hand tonight. Free throw up off the rim, no good. Clearing the boards for the Lumberjacks is Jason Karen. Drops it off for Ulrich. They get it down deep now to Solheim. Driving the line, the little guy scores. Mark Stinson drove the lane. The lane was open and Stinson scores. First basket of the game for 5'8 Mark Stinson. Rapids clinging to a 1-point lead, 26-25 here. Hohenstein with the basketball. Into Goris. Goris, turnaround jumper. Off the rim, no good. Bemidji clears the boards, and Stinson comes up with the basketball. Mark Stinson dribbles up on the right side now to Newby. Underneath to Karen. Karen going for the reverse and scores as he turns around underneath. Jason Karen with a dozen points now for Bemidji, and the Lumberjacks lead at 27-26. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Three-point attempt by Engesser. High off the glass, no good on the rebound. Knocked out of bounds. Rapids will retain possession. And as you can hear in the background, we have quite a few Bemidji fans here tonight for this basketball game. They're right below me here on the right side. Engesser at the free throw line, puts it up and scores for Grand Rapids. Minute 37 to go in the first half. Rapids leads at 28-27 after the basket by Engesser. 13 points now in the contest for Engesser. Mark Stinson with the basketball for Bemidji. Left side now for Ulrich. The ball is stolen away. With the basketball for the Indians is Rysdam. Loses control of it. Bemidji gets it back, and they carried the basketball. Mark Stinson carried the ball, palmed it, whatever you want to call it. He did it, and Rapids gets the ball back. Inbounding it for the Indians will be Dave Rysdam. Rysdam in to Tom Godfrey. Back now to Engesser. Just over a minute to go in the first half. Rapids slowing it down here. Rysdam in the lane to Engesser. Engesser turnarounder is blocked. Bemidji gets the basketball. John Solheim with it. Driving the lane and having the ball knocked off from his hand was Paul Ulrich. Rapids comes back with it. Rysdam. Rysdam, left side, stops, puts it up, scores from about 5 feet. Rysdam stopped quickly and put it up. He has 5 points now in the game. Grand Rapids 3-point lead, 30-27. 30 seconds to go in the first half here from the Grand Rapids Senior High gym. Tony Newby, right side, drives the baseline, drops it off underneath for Karen. It's stolen away for Grand Rapids by Engesser. Here comes Engesser, stops, puts it over on the right side to Rysdam. Rysdam from 16, scores! Dave Rysdam for the Indians. Gives Grand Rapids a 32-27 lead. We're down to 10 seconds to go in the first half. With it for Bemidji is Mark Stinson. Drops it in the corner. Here's a three-point effort. Well, just two. He steps inside the line. Paul Ulrich scores. Ulrich was just about right on the three-point line. The referee said it was only good for two. So Ulrich scores right at the buzzer. And Rapids leads it at halftime 32-29. A 3-point lead for Grand Rapids over Bemidji in boys basketball. We'll be back with our halftime activities right after these messages.
Gimme, come on. At Grand Rapids State Bank, you won't find a whole lot of bells and whistles. What you will find are banking professionals who care about you and our area. Grand Rapids State Bank offers you the security and stability of one of the top-rated financial institutions in the country. We'll let the others do their song and dance. Grand Rapids State Bank, member FDIC.
You know us, you know us, we know you.
Tom Steen back here at the Grand Rapids Senior High gym. We're going to be entertained at halftime here by the Grand Rapids dance line. And we'll also be going through our stats here at halftime. First of all, the scoring in the first half for Grand Rapids. Mark Engesser with 13 points in the first half. No personal fouls. Aaron Goris did not score, picked up one personal. Aaron Osborne with 4 points in the first half. He had 2 personal fouls. Corey Engstrom with 6 points in the first half for Grand Rapids. He had 2 personal fouls. Dave Rysdam with 7 points in the first half for the Indians. He had 1 personal foul. And Darren Cook with 1 basket for 2 points. Cook had 3 personal fouls in that first half. Leading scorer in the first half for Bemidji was Jason Karen. Karen had 12 points, 2 personal fouls first half of play. Mark Stinson, 2 points, no personals. Tony Newby, 4 points in the first half. He had 1 personal foul. Jack Hurd with 2 free throws for 2 points. He had 1 personal. Jamie Kester had 3 points in the first half. No personals for Bemidji. Paul Ulrich with 6 points in the first half for the Lumberjacks. No personal fouls. Also seeing action, not scoring. Rapids dance line entertaining us at halftime here with Brenda Lee and rocking around the Christmas tree, and of course about everybody ready for the holidays here, and I'd like to say happy holidays to all of you that are watching in tonight on the Camtech Video Network, cable channel 27. My name is Tom Sedin, again tonight with Lee Fromm and Rick Moen, our technicians for the Camtech broadcast. I'd like to take a look at some of the state AA basketball ratings while we have a chance here at halftime. Minneapolis Roosevelt is the state's top-rated team. They have played 1 game. They've won that so far. Wheaton Durham Hall, 2-0, is rated number 2. Duluth Central, the only team from our area, 7AA rated in the state rating. They're 4-0, rated number 3 in the state. Woodbury is rated number 4. They're 3-0. Moorhead, number 5. They're 1-0. Mountview, number 6, they're 2-0. Last year's state AA champion, Anoka, is 0-1, but they're still in the top 10 in rating. Rochester John Marshall, rated number 8. They're 1 win and 2 losses. Park Cottage Grove, 1 win, 1 loss, rated number 9. And Elk River is rated number 10. They're 3-0 in the state AA rating. A couple of area teams are rated in the Class A. Chisholm is 3-0. They're rated number 3 in Class A. Of course, Chisholm last year's defending 7A champion. Have been through the state tournament 14 times. Big Fork is rated number 7 in the state. They're 2-0 on the season so far. Of course, Big Fork made a trip to the state tournament back a couple of years ago. Again, we're at halftime here of the Grand Rapids Bemidji boys basketball game. Grand Rapids leads it by 3 points by a score of 32-29 at the half. Grand Rapids lost the B Squad game tonight by a score of 58-44 to Bemidji in a game played a little bit earlier this evening. The Indians lead it by 3 at halftime in the A game by a score of 32-29. We'll be back with more halftime activity from the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym right after these messages.
Ways, freebies, gimmicks, come on. At Grand Rapids State Bank, you won't find a whole lot of bells and whistles. What you will find are banking professionals who care about you and our area. Grand Rapids State Bank offers you the security and stability of one of the top-rated financial institutions in the country. We'll let the others do their song and dance. Grand Rapids State Bank, member FDIC.
You know us, you know us, we know you.
Don Sedin back here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. Be a little break this next week before we have more action on the Camtech Video Network. I believe it'll be on the 28th, December 28th. Grand Rapids will be having a hockey game during the IRC tournament up at the IRA Civic Center in Grand Rapids. That'll be an 8:30 start. Grand Rapids will be taking on Robbinsdale Armstrong on the 28th, and we'll have that one for you right here on Camtech Cable Channel 27. That'll be the 28th of December. That'll be our next broadcast after tonight's game. As I was talking to you a little bit earlier at halftime here, Duluth Central again will be the favorite in 7AA. They have Todd Hansen, a 6'3" senior, who last year averaged 18 points a game, and Eric Reinertsen, a 6'3" senior who averaged 16 points a game. They're back from last year for Duluth Central, and of course last year Duluth Central was in the state tournament. The Troy from Central last year finished the season with a record of 20 wins and 7 losses. They were third in the state in AA last year in boys basketball. So again, Duluth Central will be the favorite this year in 7AA, but Grand Rapids has been playing some good basketball. The Indians are 3-0 to start with here and are leading here at halftime by 3 points, 32-29 over Bemidji in a good basketball game here. A lot of fans on hand. Fans, we've got the dance line, pom-pom girls, they've all been here tonight at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. Made for a lot of interesting action besides the basketball game, and of course that's what high school sports are all about. We get a lot more people involved, and kids come out to show the different talents they have at the high school level. Sports that are going to be going on over the weekend here. Grand Rapids wrestling team is down at a tournament at Brainerd this weekend. The boys swimming team is taking part in International Falls Invitational. That'll be tomorrow. Girls gymnastics team was over at Virginia Mount Iron Buell in a meet that started about 5 o'clock this afternoon. The hockey team is off this weekend. Glenn Ellington's squad will be heading to Edina and Bloomington Jefferson on the 21st and 22nd this next week. Remember, the wrestling team will be hosting the Skip Nayland Invitational, formerly called the Indian Invitational, renamed in honor of the former wrestling coach Skip Nayland. That'll be on the 2nd of January right here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. Hope we can get up for that one. Remember, girls basketball will be at a Brainerd tournament during the holidays on the 28th, 29th, and 30th. They'll be down in Brainerd. Swimming team after tomorrow's meet at International Falls. They'll be back up there again on Tuesday to the Falls, and then we'll be at Hibbing for a swimming invitational this next week on Wednesday. So a lot of action going on for all of the athletic teams for Grand Rapids High School. Slalom skiing yesterday competed at Cloquet at Mont-Delac. And cross-country skiing was at Bemidji yesterday. So there's been a lot of sporting action going on. Bounding it for Grand Rapids will be Aaron Gora. Rysdam into the game now for Grand Rapids. 43, Dave Rysdam. Rysdam with the basketball. Back to Darren Cook. Cook out in three-point land, drops it back for Engesser. Engesser, a bounce pass right side. Underneath now to Gorath, and he's fouled. A nice pump fake there by Aaron Gorath. And he draws the foul.
Foul is on Newby.
Second personal foul here on Tony Newby.
2 for the Indians.
Aaron Gorath at the free throw line has 2 points in the game so far. Those came just a couple minutes ago from the free throw line. Free throw up off the front of the rim, no good. Second free throw coming from Aaron Gorath. And this one rolls around, goes down. 3 points in the game now for Aaron Gorath. Just over 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Rapids trails by 1. It's Bemidji 40, Grand Rapids 39. In the lane for Bemidji, putting it up and scoring is Paul Ulrich. 11 points for Paul Ulrich, the 6'6" senior for Bemidji. Left side, we've got a foul called here on Jason Karen of Bemidji. Fourth personal here on Karen. Into the game for the Lumberjacks will be Jake Hancock, a 6'6" junior. He'll replace Jason Karen. Inbounding it for Grand Rapids will be Dave Rysdam. To Engesser. Engesser top of the key. Engesser dribbles the basketball, drops it off now for Osborne. Darren Cook, a turnaround jump shot from about 12. He scores. Darren Cook with 6 points in the game now. Grand Rapids trails by 1, 42-41. Bemidji with the basketball. Here's Mark Stinson. Stinson, jump shot from about 12, and he scores. 4 points from Mark Stinson, 5'8" junior for Bemidji. And here's a shot from about 16. Aaron Gora scoring for Grand Rapids. 5 points in the game so far for Aaron Gora. This game going back and forth now. Bemidji 44, Grand Rapids 43. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. Stinson with the basketball for Bemidji. Across the half-court mark, deep left side to John Solheim. Top of the key, three-point effort. Rolls around off the rim, no good by Ray Mostad. Rapids gets the rebound. With it here is Aaron Osborne. Osborne to Engesser. Engesser, top of the key, back to Osborne. Free throw line area now for Darren Cook. Back to Engesser. Engesser between the legs dribble, drops it off now for Dave Rysdam. Dave Rysdam to the right side, moves to the right corner. Bounce pass to Cook. Back to Osborne, back to Cook. Cook puts it up, scores. Cook with a turnaround jumper from about 14. Got an injury timeout here as Mark Stinson of Bemidji injured on the play. Doesn't look to be serious. I think Stinson wrapped his elbow on the floor. A little sting there on the funny bone. Inbounding it for the Lumberjacks is Paul Ulrich to Tony Newby. Newby throws the ball away over the head of Paul Ulrich. Rapids with the press. Bemidji having trouble with it. 1:26 to go, third quarter. Rapids 45, Bemidji 44. The Indians get the ball back. And we've got a foul call here on Ray Mostad of Bemidji. And it'll be 1-1 now. the free throw line for Grand Rapids will be Aaron Osborne. Osborne, a 5'11 senior, has 4 points in the game so far. First free throw is good. Rapids 46, Bemidji 44. Osborne will have another shot at a free throw here. This one's a little bit too hard, high off the glass. Bemidji clears the boards. John Solheim with the rebound. Gets it off to Tony Newby. Newby across the half-court mark. Left side, the ball is knocked off the hands of the Bemidji player. Here comes Osborne. Drops it to Goreb. Three-pointer from Engesser. Oh, in and out. Bemidji clears the board as Jake Hancock with the rebound. Thought Engesser had it there, but it went in and out. Newby stops from about 15 and scores. Tony Newby, 6 points in the game now for Bemidji. 46-46, 48 seconds to go, third quarter. Hohenstein puts it up from 15, no good, high off the rim. On the rebound for Bemidji is Paul Ulrich. To Tony Newby. Newby into the forecourt. Puts it up from three-point land. It's high off the rim, no good. Rapids clears the rebound. Aaron Osborne dribbles out of trouble, heads down into the forecourt. Left side now, putting up the three-pointer and scoring is Dave Rysdam. Second three-pointer of the game for Dave Rysdam. He has 10 points now. Rapids leads by 3. 15 seconds to go, third quarter. 49-46 Grand Rapids. Turnaround jump shot in the lane. Scoring for Bemidji is Jake Hancock. First points of the game for Hancock. Down to 4 seconds. Boris puts it up off the rim, no good as the third quarter ends. Rapids with a 1-point lead. Grand Rapids 49, Bemidji 48. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after these messages.
Giveaways, freebies, gimmicks, come on. At Grand Rapids State Bank, you won't find a whole lot of bells and whistles. What you will find are banking professionals who care about you and our area. Grand Rapids State Bank offers you the security and stability of one of the top-rated financial institutions in the country. We'll let the others do their song and dance. Grand Rapids State Bank, member FDIC.
You know us, you know us, we know you.
Conference back here at the Grand Rapids Junior High Gym. Getting ready for fourth quarter action. Again, we'd like to wish all of you a happy holiday season here from our crew of the Camp Tech Video Network. This will be our last game on cable until after Christmas. Grand Rapids will inbound at half court. Dave Rysdam. Inbounding now to Engesser. Mark Engesser. Top of the key, left side. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Rysdam will inbound. To Osborne, to Engesser. Engesser bounce pass left side to Rysdam. Rysdam puts it up. Another three-pointer. A swish. Rapids makes it 51-48. In the lane now is Newby. Newby scores for Bemidji. 8 points in the game now for Newby. Left side for Grand Rapids is Osborne. Top of the key now to Engesser. Engesser inside. We've got an over-the-back foul here on Tony Newby. Newby over the back of Rysdam. So Dave Rysdam will be at the free throw line. 13 points in the game so far for Dave Rysdam. Having a good night for the Indians. Substitution for Bemidji. The little guy's back in, Mark Stimson. as they're switching positions around here. Bemidji now, Jamie Kester, Jack Hurd, Ray Mostad, Mark Stinson, and number 44, Paul Ulrich, out there on the floor for Bemidji. Free throw is missed by Rysdam. Stinson can't go. He's back out there again, but he's having trouble with his arm. Cracked his elbow on the floor here a little while ago, and he's having trouble with the arm. So he'll go back out. Newby comes back in. Out there for Grand Rapids, Darren Cook, Aaron Gorath, Aaron Osborne, Mark Engesser, and Dave Rysdam. Ball's knocked away here, battling for it underneath the basket. Rapids comes away with it. Dave Rysdam gets it off now to Aaron Osborne. Osborne right side to Rysdam. Rysdam's going to put up a three-pointer. This one's air ball. Getting the rebound was Engesser. Rapids holding on to a one-point lead. Engesser to Rysdam. Rysdam dribbling the basketball back to Osborne. Engesser left side, behind the back, between the legs dribble. Here's Engesser in on the baseline. He scores. $17 now for Engesser as Bemidji calls timeout. We were talking about Duluth Central a little bit earlier as far as them being one of the favorites in 7AA. Another favorite would be Duluth East. Duluth East has a couple players back from last year. They have their center, 6'6" senior Jake Voigt. Voigt's been averaging 20 points a game last year, and he's been probably a little bit over that this year for Duluth East. Also, they got Jim Crowley, who last year played for Cloquet, transferred to Duluth East this year on the open enrollment. Last year, Jim Crowley, who was a 6'1" senior, averaged 22 points a game for Cloquet, and now this year is playing at Duluth East, so that'll help Duluth East. Last year, the Greyhounds had a record of 20 wins and 4 losses. This year so far, Duluth East 3-1. Again, as we talk about some of the favorites in 7AA basketball this year, as we're 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Grand Rapids holding on to a 53-50 lead. Scoring for Bemidji is number 44, Paul Ulrich. Ulrich gets the basket and is fouled on the play. Darren Cook picking up his 4th personal foul. Ulrich will be at the free throw line. 13 points in the game so far for Ulrich. Make it 14. 53 all. Grand Rapids and Bemidji. Just over 6 minutes to go. Bemidji steals the basketball. With it is Ray Mostad. Gets it off now to Tony Newby. Newby underneath the basket. We've got a foul. Picking up the foul is Dave Rysdam as he bumps into Jack Hurd. Second personal on Dave Rysdam. Rapids gets its original lineup back in there now from the start of the game. With it for Bemidji is Ray Mostad. Mostad right side, being bothered there by Engesser. Now drops it off to Newby. Newby at the baseline. Back out to the free throw line to Jack Hurd underneath the Newby. Newby puts it up off the rim, no good. Bemidji again dominating on the boards here. They can't get it, and they finally poke it in as Jamie Kester. Kester with the tip in. 9 points now for Kester. With the basketball for Grand Rapids is Engesser. Underneath, and an easy bucket for Corey Engstrom. 8 points now for Corey Engstrom, who was all by himself under the hoop. Just over 5 minutes to go. We're all knotted up at 55. With the bucket underneath is Ulrich, and he's fouled. So Ulrich scores. That's the 5th personal foul here on Corey Engstrom, so Engstrom's out of the game for Grand Rapids. He fouls out at 5:08. Aaron Gorath will come into the game for Grand Rapids. Bemidji with a 2-point lead now, 57-55. Ulrich makes it a 3-point lead. Rapids with the basketball now, trails by 3. Mark Engesser, right side. Underneath, the ball stolen away for Bemidji by Jack Hurd. Hurd has the ball stolen back from him. With it for the Indians on the steal was Gorath. Osborne, right side, just inside the 3-point line. He scores. 7 points for Aaron Osborne. Rapids trails by 1, 58-57 Bemidji. Tony Newby drives the lane. He's called for charging. 4th personal on Tony Newby as he tried to force his way into the lane. The Rapids get the basketball back. Substitution for Bemidji. John Solheim replaces Jack Hurd. Solheim with a little more height. He's 6'4". Hurd was 6'1". Attempted steal for Bemidji there by Ulrich. Couldn't do so. Ball goes back to Engesser. Now stealing the ball is John Solheim. So the Lumberjacks get it back. 4:15 to go. Bemidji by 1, 58-57. Traveling on Tony Newby. A turnover by the Lumberjacks. Rapids get the ball back. Inbounding it for Grand Rapids will be Darren Cook. Off to Aaron Osborne. Osborne on the dribble. Bounce pass, free throw line to Darren Cook. Cook with a bounce pass to Gorath. Back to Engesser. Engesser will take the shot from about 15. Off the rim, no good. Clearing the board for Bemidji is Tony Newby. Newby, a long pass, left side now to Ulrich. And we've got a foul before the shot. Looks like it will go on Tom Godfrey. So Tom Godfrey picks up his first personal foul. 3:51 on the clock. Bemidji 58, Grand Rapids 57. A game that's been close throughout. At the free throw line will be Paul Ulrich. Ulrich misses the free throw, but getting the rebound is Jason Karen, and Karen scores on the rebound. Bemidji with a 3-point lead, 60-57. 3.5 minutes to go. Here's a three-pointer by Engesser. In and out again, no good. Clearing the boards for the Lumberjacks is Jason Karen. A long pass too far here for Paul Ulrich, and Grand Rapids will get the basketball back. The Indians want timeout. Bemidji 60, Grand Rapids 57. 3:28 to go, and they've called timeout here for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Again, a reminder on the Grand Rapids tournament over the holidays here. On Monday, December 28th, Grand Rapids will play Spring Lake Park. On Tuesday, the 29th, Grand Rapids will face Malacca. And on Wednesday, the 30th, Grand Rapids will take on Hinckley Finlayson. So there'll be 3 home games during the holidays in basketball, boys basketball, right here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. And there will be other teams involved, so there'll be 2 games each night. Grand Rapids will play the second game each evening. First 2 nights' games will start at 6 and 7:45 in that tournament. And the third night on the 30th, Wednesday, it'll be 5 and 6:45. 3-day tournament tickets available. Adults $8, students $4, or you can buy individual tickets each day here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. Aaron Osborne with the basketball for Grand Rapids. Ball is attempted to be stolen away here by Bemidji, but Rapids gets it back. Gorath in the lane, travels. Aaron Gorath with the turnover on the traveling violation. Bemidji with a 3-point lead. They have the basketball. Here's Tony Newby. Newby right side. Bemidji slowing it down. They have the lead here. Over to Ray Mosted. Inside, here's a left-handed turnaround jump shot by John Solheim. Solheim cans it from about 7 feet out and makes it 62-57. Gorath inside for Grand Rapids. Scores! Aaron Gorath. 7 points in the game. Ball goes off from the foot of Tony Newby, and Rapids will get the ball back. Dave Rysdam replaces Tom Godfrey in the Rapids lineup. So it'll be Darren Cook, Aaron Osborne, Dave Rysdam, John Engesser, and turning around the other fifth player there for Grand Rapids was Aaron Gorath. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Bemidji with the basketball, Tony Newby. To Ray Mosted. Turnaround jumper from about 15, no good here. But scoring on the rebound is John Solheim. Ulrich missed, but Solheim didn't. And Bemidji leads it now 64-59. 5-point lead. We're under 2 minutes to go. Ball goes off from the hands of Darren Cook, out of bounds. Bemidji will get it back. Bemidji having trouble inbounding it here. Rapid with the full court press. With the basketball now is Paul Ulrich. And we've got a foul called here on Dave Rysdam. Third personal foul on Dave Rysdam. At the free throw line will be Paul Ulrich. I believe our officials tonight are from the Duluth area. Free throw by Ulrich, no good. Rebound put up high off the glass by Karen, no good. On the second rebound, John Solheim scores for Bemidji. Makes it 66-59. Three-pointer, Engelser cans it from the left side. 66-62, minute and a half to go. With the basketball for Bemidji is Paul Ulrich. Back to Tony Newby. Bemidji trying to slow it down here as Rapids needs the basketball. Stealing it for the Indians was Osborne. Over to Engesser. Engesser at the baseline. Comes back out to Osborne. Osborne free throw line into Gorath. Foul called on Tony Newby. And I believe that's his fifth personal. So Newby fouls out with 1:11 remaining. Bemidji has called a timeout. Coming into the game now for Bemidji will be number 22, Jay Schwarzrock. Schwarzrock is a 5'10 junior. Grand Rapids down by 4 points here now, 66-62. Bemidji, of course, will try to be slowing things down here. They know that Grand Rapids needs most of all the basketball. As we said, Newby has fouled out. So we've got some free throws coming up here for Grand Rapids when we come back from this timeout. If you joined us late, Grand Rapids lost the B squad to Bemidji 58-44. Bemidji back out on the floor here now for the last minute and 11 seconds. Remember now, Schwarzrock has not played so far in the game. This is his first time coming off from the bench. At the free throw line for Grand Rapids will be 6'1 senior Aaron Gorath. Important free throws here. 1 and 1. Has to make the first one to get the second one. He does so. Eight points on the evening so far for Aaron Gorath. Second free throw is also good. 2-point deficit now. Bemidji with the basketball. Down the left side for the Lumberjacks is Ulrich. Ulrich drives the lane and scores. 68-64, we're under a minute to go. Mark Engesser, top of the key. To the corner now to Osborne. Osborne cans a three-pointer. Rapids trails by 1. First three-pointer of the game for Osborne. 35 seconds to go. Bemidji with the basketball. It's stolen away. Schwarzrock had the ball stolen away. With it for the Indians with a half a minute to go is Engesser. To Rysdam. Back to Engesser. 23 seconds on the clock. Three-pointer by Engesser. No good. Another timeout's going to be called here. I was a little bit surprised that Engesser took the shot as early as he did here. There's still 17 seconds left on the clock. I would think the strategy would have been to wait a while and take the shot, go for the win. The shot was an air ball. Bemidji gets the ball back now on the turnover. And I'm sure Grand Rapids is going to have to foul him. The Indians don't foul, they won't get the basketball back. Bemidji will kill off the 17 seconds that are left on the clock. Remember, coming into the game, Grand Rapids was 3 wins, no losses. Bemidji 1 win and no losses coming into tonight's ball game. Grand Rapids will have the full court press on the inbound. Remember, Bemidji's main ball handler, Tony Newby, has fouled out of the basketball game, so they'll have a different combination bringing the ball inbounds here. Inbounding it will be Ray Mostad. Gets it to John Solheim, back to Mostad. Ball stolen away, but a foul called. Osborne, Aaron Osborne going for the steal, but picks up the foul. Fourth personal here on Aaron Osborne. 11 seconds left on the clock. Grand Rapids trails it 68-67. A 1-point lead for Bemidji. At the free throw line will be Jay Schwarzrock. Schwarzrock just came into the game, and we've got another timeout called here. This will be a Grand Rapids timeout. As I mentioned, I think the referees are from the Duluth area. I was talking to Pat Pollard a little bit earlier today, and I said to Pat, are you going to be repping the Grand Rapids Bemidji game tonight? He said, no, there should be a couple of quality referees there for that one. Grand Rapids timeout. Indians trail by 1. Schwarzrock will be at the free throw line for Bemidji. I don't know what kind of toys Lee Fromm and Rick Moen are going to get for Christmas this year, but we'll find out. I know when Lee was a kid, his mother had to hang a pork chop on his neck to get the other kids in the neighborhood to play with him. Then the only one that did was a local dog that chased him around once in a while. As far as Rick Moen, he played hide and seek when he was a kid, but nobody'd ever look for him. Free throw good here by Schwarzrock. Jay Schwarzrock, second free throw coming up. Scores them both. Schwarzrock comes off the bench and makes 2 free throws. Rapids going to have to throw up a three-pointer. They do so. No good by Engesser. Rebound put up here by Rysdam, and we've got a foul call. Bemidji with a 3-point lead, and they're going to go back the other way and get some free throws. So Bemidji will go to the free throw line here. It'll be Jamie Kester at the free throw line. Godfrey into the lineup now for Grand Rapids. Godfrey, Rysdam, Gorath, Cook, and Anguser for Grand Rapids. Kester with the free throw scores. Second free throw from Kester, no good. Here's the long one by Godfrey, high off the glass, no good. Bemidji wins it 71-67. I'll be back with the post-game statistics right after these messages.
Giveaways, freebies, gimmicks, come on. At Grand Rapids State Bank, you won't find a whole lot of bells and whistles. What you will find are banking professionals who care about you and our area. Grand Rapids State Bank offers you the security and stability of one of the top-rated financial institutions in the country. We'll let the others do their song and dance. Grand Rapids State Bank, member FDIC.
You know us, you know us, we know you.
Constantine back here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. An exciting basketball game tonight. Grand Rapids falls to Bemidji by a score of 71-67. The quarter scores: after one quarter, Grand Rapids led by 14-12. At halftime, the Indians by 3, 32-29. After three quarters, Grand Rapids led by 1, 49-48. But the Indians fall in the fourth quarter and lose it 71-67 to the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Scoring in the game for Grand Rapids: Aaron Gorath with 9 points. He had one personal foul. Tom Godfrey did not score, picked up one personal foul. Mark Anguser with 20 points in the game, had one personal foul. Aaron Osborne had 11 for the Indians. He had 4 personals. Corey Engstrom had 8 points for Grand Rapids. He fouled out with 5:08 remaining in the basketball game. Dave Rysdam for Grand Rapids had 13. He had 3 personal fouls. Darren Cook with 8 points for Grand Rapids. Cook had 4 personal fouls. Also seeing action, Todd Hohenstein did not score for Grand Rapids. For Bemidji, Jason Karen had 16. He had 4 personal fouls. Mark Stinson, 4 points, no personals. Tony Newby had 8 points. He fouled out with 1:11 remaining in the basketball game. Jay Schwarzrock came in, scored a couple of important free throws right near the end of the game after Newby fouled out. No personals on Schwarzrock. Jack Hurd had 2 points, 1 personal foul. 10 points for Jamie Kester. He had 2 personal fouls. 19 in the game to lead Bemidji for Paul Ulrich. Did not pick up any personal fouls. Ray Mostad did not score, picked up 1 personal foul. 8 points in the game for John Solheim. Solheim had 2 personal fouls. And Jake Hancock had 1 basket for 2 points and picked up 1 personal foul. In the B squad action, Bemidji beat Grand Rapids 58-44. In the A squad, it's Bemidji 71, Grand Rapids 67. Grand Rapids record now falls to 3 wins and 1 loss. Bemidji now 2 wins and no losses on the young basketball season for 92-93. Our next action on the Camtech Video Network, Channel 27, will be on December 28th. We'll have hockey from the IRA Civic Center as Grand Rapids will be taking on Robbinsdale Armstrong. And remember, that game will not start till 8:30 that night because it's the second game of the double dip there in the tournament at the IRA Civic Center. So we'll be on the air a little bit later that night for the 8:30 start on December 28th. From Rick Moen and Lee Fromm, this is Tom Sedin wishing you a happy holiday season from the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym, where tonight the final score again was Grand Rapids losing to Bemidji by a score of 71-67. Good evening.
beautiful day today with high pressure in control, a lot of sunshine, and very mild.
Good evening, everyone, from the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. Tonight it'll be boys basketball on the Camtech Video Network. It'll be the Grand Rapids Indians boys taking on the Hibbing Blue Jackets. Should be an interesting contest tonight. Hibbing 6 wins, no losses so far. Grand Rapids 6 wins and 2 losses on the season so far. Good evening. This is Tom Shadeen reporting from the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. And as you can tell, I've been a little under the weather this week, but we'll get through this game, and it should be a good game to watch up here at the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. As you can see, we've got a good crowd on hand. The Grand Rapids band, under the direction of Joe Silko, is playing for us, and a pretty good crowd on hand, and quite a few Hibbing people also here right below our broadcast area for tonight's basketball game. Hibbing has not really had a close game so far. About 18 points is the closest game they've had in their first 6 victories, whereas Grand Rapids with a couple losses so far. The Indians lost to number 1 rated Hinkley Finlayson. They are number 1 in single A in the state of Minnesota. That was last week during the Grand Rapids Christmas tournament right here at the Senior High Gym. Also, Grand Rapids lost to Bemidji on Friday, December 18th by a score of 71 to 67. Other than that, the Indians have victories over Aiken. That was on Tuesday night. The Indians beat Aiken Tuesday night 79 to 71. Grand Rapids beat Spring Lake Park during their Christmas tournament by 76-62. The Indians beat Malacca 72 to 70 in the Christmas tournament. Grand Rapids defeated Mesabi East 77-56 over at Point Lakes on Tuesday, December 15th. And the Indians also have a victory over Virginia by a score of 64-61 back on Tuesday, December 8th. Looking at some of the teams that Hibbing has played so far, we mentioned that they have not been close games. Hibbing defeated Proctor. I don't have the score in that one. The other games, Hibbing won over Mesabi East 78-48, a 30-point win. They handily defeated Deer River in a Christmas tournament 72-37. They beat Cambridge by 18, 78-60. Hibbing beat Big Fork in the Christmas tournament by 84 to 64, 85 to 64, and it was Hibbing 75, Virginia 56 back on Tuesday, December 15th. So, as you can see, Hibbing has not had too many close games. They have been putting the ball in the bucket. Hibbing is led by Nick Casing. Casing, a 6'4" forward, has been averaging 23 points a game for the Hibbing Blue Jackets. Also in double figures is guard Spencer Ani. Ani's averaging 11 points a game. Averaging 12 points a game from the other forward spot is Jeremy Fleming. Averaging 6 points a game is Brian Neary, another guard. Sean Riley, a guard, averaging 4 points per game. Tim Corey, averaging 6 points per game, as is Rob Bigelow, coming off from the bench for the Hibbing Blue Jackets. For the Grand Rapids Indians, their leading scorer is Mark Engesser. Engesser, a fine outside shooter, is averaging 26 points a game, and a lot of those have come from the three-point range for the Indians. Also averaging in double figures is Darren Cook, a 6'2" forward. Cook is averaging 10 points a game. 6'5" center Corey Engstrom averaging 8. Dave Rysdam has been averaging 6. At a guard spot, Aaron Osborne also at a guard spot averaging 7. And Tom Godfrey averaging 6, and Aaron Gorath averaging 5. So these teams are going to match up quite well, actually, as the heights. We look at the heights here. The tallest player for Grand Rapids is Corey Engstrom, who's 6'5". The tallest player on the roster for Hibbing will be a sophomore who comes in off from the bench. That's Jeff Milkovich. He is 6'7", and he is not a starter for Hibbing. As far as the starters are concerned, the tallest player for Hibbing in the starting lineup will be 6'4" Nick Casing. As we said, he's averaging 23 points a game. Jeremy Fleming also is 6'4" for the Hibbing Blue Jackets. Here's our starting lineup. Spencer Ani, a 5'8" guard. He's a senior. For the Indians, Tom Godfrey, a 5'10" senior guard. Brian Neary, a 5'10" senior guard for Hibbing. Aaron Osborne for Grand Rapids, a 5'11" senior guard. At the forward for Hibbing will be Jeremy Fleming, 6'4" senior. For the Indians, it's Mark Engesser, a 6'1" senior. The star for Hibbing, Nick Pazing, 6'4" forward. For Grand Rapids, it will be Darren Cook, a 6'2" senior. And the other starter for Grand Rapids will be Corey Engstrom, a 6'5" senior. So as I said, the heights will match up very well for both teams here tonight. Hibbing will have an advantage coming off the bench with the 6'7" sophomore Jeff Milkovich. Grand Rapids doesn't have anybody anywhere near that height coming off the bench. Here's our national anthem from the Grand Rapids team tonight. Joe's not making anybody nervous tonight because he's not appreciating wrestling or baseball. So if he messes up here, he's got a lot of other people to blame. But when he's behind the plate for the baseball game or out in the middle of the wrestling match, of course, the only one to blame is old Joe himself. We're just about ready to get going for tonight's game. Grand Rapids lost the B squad game by 2 points in a wild contest that went right down to the wire. Grand Rapids lost 60-58 in the B squad game to the Hibbing Blue Jackets. And we're looking for just as interesting as the ball game here, as it will be the 6-0 Hibbing Blue Jackets against the 62 Grand Rapids Indians. And we're ready to go here from the Grand Rapids Senior High Gym. Rob Bigelow will be jumping against Grand Rapids' Corey Engstrom. I believe I forgot to mention Bigelow as in the starting lineup. Bigelow is a 6'4" senior for Hibbing. Hibbing with the basketball. Here's Spencer Ani. Top of the key. Moves it over to Brian Neary. Neary still out to the top of the key. Neary takes a look at the basket. Puts up a three-pointer. This one's good. That's from about 27 feet out. Neary scoring. So the game starting off with a three-pointer by Brian Neary. Here's Engesser for Grand Rapids. Engesser to the right side. Drops it off to Osborne. Osborne over to Godfrey. Back to Osborne. The ball goes out of bounds. Boris coming into the lineup for Grand Rapids. Looks like there may be like Charlie horse here to Corey Engstrom. Engstrom down at the bench. That's why Boris came into the game. Into the deep right corner is Spencer Ani. Back to Neary. Neary at the free throw line. Moves to the left. Neary back out to the top of the key to Spencer Ani. Ani calling the plays from the point guard spot for Hibbing. Drops it off left side now to Rob Bigelow. Bigelow drives in. Has the ball taken away from him. A jump ball situation. Grand Rapids will get the ball on the alternating possession. Inbounding it for the Indians will be Darren Cook. Cook drops it off to Engesser. Hibbing with the full court press here. Back to Cook. Cook trying to dribble out of trouble. A bounce pass at half court to Godfrey. Engesser now, right side. Engesser out in three-point land. Place he's comfortable. Hibbing watching him. They know he's a good shooter from three-point area. Back to Gora. Right side to Godfrey. Here's the pass inside to Cook. Cook turnaround jump shot. Scores. Darren Cook makes it 3-2. Nice turnaround jump shot from the 6'2" forward Darren Cook. Right side for Hibbing to Rob Bigelow. Inside now, coming out of the lane was Brian Neary. Three-point land by Ani, no good. The rebound for Hibbing, also no good. The rebound put up by Nick Casing. Rapids clears the boards. Here they come down the right side. And being knocked around there was Tom Godfrey. We're going to have a foul on the Hibbing Blue Jackets. Looks like Spencer Ani's going to pick up that foul. That'll be the first personal foul of the ball game. Tom Godfrey, 5'10" guard at the free throw line for Grand Rapids. Godfrey averaging 6 points a game for the Indians. First shot is up, rolls around, no good. That referee that's in the lane there, that's Frank Russ. He was a former Hibbing basketball star in the late 60s. Now out of the Hermantown Duluth area. Second free throw also no good. Hibbing clears the boards. With the rebound is Brian Neary. Neary at the top of the key for Hibbing. Dishes it off over on the right side to Jeremy Fleming. Fleming, a bounce pass back to Bigelow. Bigelow to Nick Tyson. Tyson takes a dribble, puts it up high off the glass. No good. Clearing the boards for the Indians is Darren Cook. Up the left side with the ball for Grand Rapids is Darren Osborne. Gives it to Engesser. Engesser at the free throw line. Now inside to Cook. Cook back outside to Engesser. Here's a three-point effort. Good. About a 22-footer for Engesser. 3 points for the Grand Rapids leading scorer. Engesser averaging 26 a game. 5-3 Grand Rapids lead. Here's a three-pointer for Hibbing. It's short. Goes out of bounds by Nick Casing. And of course, Rapids is going to be watching Nick Casing very closely tonight. One of the leading scorers, if not the leading scorer in the Iron Range Conference. Rapids with the ball at half court, getting it over the timeline is Godfrey. Now at the free throw line, the ball goes off from the foot of Osborne. Osborne dribbles left side, puts it up just inside three-point line, no good. Clearing the boards for Hibbing is Brian Neary. Neary comes across at half court. Out in three-point line, gets it off on the left side now to Spencer Ani, and Ani travels with the basketball, and Grand Rapids gets it back. The Indians lead at 5-3. 5:07 to go, first quarter of play from the Grand Rapids Senior High gym. Engesser back to Cook. Cook takes the dribble, throws it back to Engesser. At half court to Osborne. Right side now for Grand Rapids is Engstrom. Ball is knocked out of bounds off from the hand of Hibbing's number 40, Nick Casing. Inbounding it for Grand Rapids will be Tom Godfrey. Godfrey inbounds it to Engesser. Engesser puts it up from three-point land. Off the rim, no good. Clearing the boards for Hibbing is Brian Neary. Here comes Neary in on the break. Scoring for the Blue Jackets is Rob Bigelow. Bigelow with the layup on a nice feed from Neary. Cook for Grand Rapids. Over to Osborne. Osborne deep on the right side now to Engesser. Engesser takes the dribble, looks for somebody to pass it to. Inside now to Corey Engstrom. Engstrom goes for two, and he scores for Grand Rapids. Nice job of dribbling and heading for the hoop by Corey Engstrom. Gives Grand Rapids a 7-5 lead. Deep in the corner for Hibbing is Rob Bigelow. Back out to Brian Neary. Neary out in three-point land, gets to the free throw line. Drops it back now for Jeremy Fleming. Back to Brian Neary. Free throw line, Ani heads in for the layup and scores. Spencer Ani, the smallest player on the floor at 5'8", scores on the layup for Hibbing. Engesser with the basketball for Grand Rapids. In the corner now to Godfrey. Godfrey from about 18, hit scores. Tom Godfrey, his first points of the game for the Indians, makes it 9-7 Grand Rapids. A good basketball game tonight here from the Grand Rapids Senior High gym. Here's Spencer Ani. Ani gets it inside now to Jeremy Fleming. Back out to Ani. Ani at the free throw line. Now in the corner. Putting it up from there is Bigelow. It's off the rim, no good. Hibbing clears the boards. Here's a bounce pass. It's going to go out of bounds. Went off from the hands of Nick Casing and went out of bounds, so Grand Rapids will get the basketball back. Substitution for Hibbing. Coming into the game, 5'10" junior, number 30, Tim Corey. As we stated at the start, there was a momentary injury earlier, but they came right back in the game for Grand Rapids. Here's a three-point effort, no good by Nick Casing. As we mentioned right at the start of the game there, Darren Cook looked like he had a calf muscle problem. Went out momentarily. Aaron Goreff came into the game, but everything's been all right since that time. Substitution now for the Indians. Dave Rysdam replaces Tom Godfrey. Inbounding it for the Indians will be Darren Cook. At half court for Grand Rapids is Engesser. Engesser, a three-pointer from the right side. Good! Right at the three-point line. Engesser scores. Second three-pointer of the game. 6 points for Engesser. Rapids 12, Hibbing 7. Spencer Ani at half court. Drops it off right side to Jeremy Fleming. Here's a pass inside now to Tayson. Tayson with the turnaround jump shot, and he's fouled on the play. We'll have to see who they're going to give the foul to here. Osborne will pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Rapids' first foul also. 6'4" forward Nick Tasing, averaging 23 points a game, puts it in on the free throw. That's his first point tonight for the Hibbing Blue Jackets. Second free throw is up. This one is off the rim, no good. Rapids clears the board. With the rebound there for the Indians is Rysdam. Has it stolen away by Tasing. And we've got a foul called on Rysdam. Rysdam had the basketball, had it stolen away by Tasing, and then Rysdam commits the foul. Not a shooting foul, so Hibbing will inbound under the Rapids basket. Nick Tasing will inbound. Deep out to the top of the key to Tim Corey, just into the ball game. Inside now to Tasing. Tasing, a turnaround jump shot, no good. Rapids clears the board. On the rebound for the Indians was Corey Engstrom. Engstrom gets it off to Osborne. Osborne to Cook. Cook puts it up from about 12, and he scores. Darren Cook with his second basket of the game. 14-8. Rapids lead. Here's a three-point effort by Spencer Ani. The shot is good. We also have a foul on the play. So Spencer Ani cans it from about 25, and we have a foul on the play. So Ani will also go to the free throw line. The free throw situation caused by a foul by Corey Engstrom. Engstrom picks up his first foul. Spencer Ani will be at the free throw line. Going to try to make it a 4-point play. And he does. So a rare 4-point play here as he scores from three-point line and gets the free throw also. Rapids 14, Hibbing 12. Cook having trouble in the backcourt as he's being harassed there by Tayson. Rapids finally throws the ball away. Coming up with it for Hibbing is Rob Bigelow. Drops it back to Tim Corey. Corey between the leg dribble, top of the key. Now to Tayson. Tayson being watched carefully. Here's the shot from about 18. Scoring is Jeremy Fleming. Fleming's first points of the basketball game. That one just inside the three-point area. Here's Engesser. Engesser scores. This will be a two-pointer for Engesser. And he's fouled, so he'll get a chance at the free throw line too. Looks like Rob Bigelow will pick up the foul. Bigelow, a 6'4" senior center, picks up the foul. Substitution now for Hibbing. Coming out of the game is Tim Corey. Coming back into the contest is Brian Neary. Grand Rapids 16, Hibbing 14. At the free throw line is Mark Engesser. Engesser, the leading scorer for Grand Rapids, the 6'1" guard, averaging 26 points a game for the Indians. Steps up to the free throw line for the one shot. And that's good. You've got a substitution coming into the game. It'll be number 50, Chris Mitchell, replacing number 44, Rob Bigelow, for the Hibbing Blue Jackets. Inbounding it for Hibbing is Brian Neary. Gets it off to Spencer Ani. Ani across the timeline. Bounce pass to Nick Tasing. Back to Brian Neary. Inside, a shot off from the glass. No good by Jeremy Fleming. Rapids clears the boards. Here's Engesser. Engesser waits for the crowd to clear. Puts it up and scores from about 15. The net got entangled up there, and they're going to have to score that away. 11 points in the game now for Mark Engesser. He has 11 of the 19. Rapids leads at 19-14. Hibbing with the basketball. It's stolen away by Engesser. He's on the left side of the steal. Gets it off to Rysdam. Rysdam with a bounce pass underneath. Hibbing steals it back. Here comes Spencer Ani on the steal. The little man out on the court dribbles all the way down. He's at the free throw line. Drops it back. Here's a 25-footer off the rim. No good for Hibbing by Nick Tasing. Hibbing going for the long shot. Here's another long one. This one from 22. Scoring from 22 is Brian Neary. Second three-pointer of the game by Neary. A wild basketball game here. 19-17. Rapids leads Hibbing by 2. Three-pointer by Engesser. Engesser off the rim, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, off in the hands of Jeremy Fleming. A wild one here from the Rapids Senior High gym. Indians by 2. There's 41 seconds to go in the first quarter. Rapids 19, Hibbing 17. Rysdam inbounds it. Gets it off to Engstrom. Here's a three-pointer by Engesser. He scores again. Third three-pointer of the game for Mark Engesser. The Rapids lead now goes to 22-17. Hibbing's going to go for the last shot of the first quarter. Near half court there is Brian Neary. Neary drops it back now to Tim Corey. They're slowing it down. We're down to 15 seconds to go in the quarter as you're going for that last shot. Spencer Ani now down to 10 seconds. Who's going to take the shot? That's going to be the decision they're going to have to make here pretty quick. And they've got a 5-second call. He did not move the basketball. You cannot dribble out in the area between the free throw line and half court for longer than 5 seconds in one place. The referee said he did that. So there's 6 seconds left on the clock. Rapids gets the basketball back. Inbounding it is Cook. Gets it off to Engesser. Engesser out the three-point line. Puts it up. This is going to be short. No good. And Rapids leads it by 5 after one quarter, 22-17. We'll take a break from the Grand Rapids Senior High gym.
Come on. We'll find our banking professionals who care about you and our area. Grand Rapids State Bank offers you the security and stability of one of the top-rated financial institutions in the country. We'll let the others do their song and dance. Grand Rapids State Bank, member FDIC.
You know us, you know us, we know you.
Tom Chedin back here at the Grand Rapids Senior High gym. A good basketball game tonight. Grand Rapids leading Hibbing after one quarter by a score of 22-17. If you joined us late, Grand Rapids lost the B squad game by a couple points. I believe it was 60-58, the final in the B squad. Yes, it was 60-58, the final score in that B squad game. That game went back and forth right down to the wire also, and I think this one might be the same way. Hibbing 6-0 coming into the game. Grand Rapids 6-2. Hibbing has possession to start the second quarter. With the ball is Spencer Ani. Ani, the point guard, drops it back now to number 5, Brian Neary. Neary out between half court. The ball goes out of bounds off the hands of the star for Hibbing, Nick Casing. Rapids inbound. Darren Cook off to Osborne. The ball knocked away from Osborne, but Cook grabbed a hold of it. Cook at half court. We've got a foul. Foul will be on Nick Casing. Casing was going for the steal. First personal on Casing. Third personal on Hibbing. Both teams have 3 personals, Rapids and Hibbing. Engesser with the basketball. Mark Engesser, bounce pass now to Godfrey. At the free throw line to Cook. Darren Cook drops it back. Now to Engesser. Engesser trying to get it inside to Engstrom, and we've got a foul. Engstrom got loose underneath, and he was fouled on the play. We'll have to see who's going to get it. There was quite a crowd underneath there. Looks like it's going to go on Bigelow, excuse me. Ani, that's right. That's what I thought it was on when he said Bigelow. Free throw is good here by Engstrom. That's the second personal on Spencer Ani. That was really a mismatch. 5'8" Spencer Ani against 6'5" Corey Engstrom. Engstrom makes both free throws. Engstrom has 4 in the game now. With the basketball is Brian Neary. 3-point effort for Neary. Off the glass, no good. Rapids clears the board, and we've got a foul. A nice rebound there by Darren Cook, and he was fouled from behind. Jeremy Fleming picks up his first personal foul. Hibbing now pressing. Cook there for Grand Rapids, gets it to the forecourt. Here's Godfrey. Godfrey tried to bounce it, couldn't do so. The ball went off a Hibbing player. Coming up with it for Hibbing is Spencer Ani. Arnie down to the baseline, dribbling back and forth. Arnie drops it back, has the ball go off a Rapids player, and we've got a foul called on Grand Rapids on Tom Godfrey. That'll be the first personal foul here on Tom Godfrey. Hibbing will inbound. We just started the second quarter play if you just joined us. Rapids 24, Hibbing 17. Calling out the plays is point guard Spencer Arnie. Drops it off to Brian Neary. Left side now to Fleming. Fleming puts it up off the rim, no good. Rapids grabs the rebound. Two Rapids players fighting for it. Finally, Darren Cook comes away with the basketball. Into the forecourt now is Godfrey. Top of the key to Mark Engesser. Engesser at the free throw line, trying to put a move on Casing. Casing tries to steal the ball away. Here he comes. Here comes Dick Casing. He falls down, loses control of the basketball. Hibbing still controls it as Brian Neary's behind him. Three-pointer by Spencer Arnie, and he scores. Second three-pointer of the game here by Spencer Arnie. The deficit now